Hello, welcome to Inner Alchemist Tarot, and for a oracle reading for all zodiac signs. Thank you so much for being here. Take a good deep breath, and as we connect to everybody in this space, into your heart space, take a good deep breath. Good. And thank you, Spirit. You're always looking out from our eyes, always guiding us, co-creating this beautiful dream manifested as we expand this place together and continue to walk in beauty. Okay, I hope your day is going well and your week is going well so far. Here we are going well into September here now. So, let us draw the oracles from here. This one's called The Awakened Soul. So what do we have here, Spirit, to start out this oracle reading? The energies have been rather peaceful today. I've been noticing it. Noticing how that's going here. So what do we have here, Spirit? We start out with rescue. And you can see here, she's grabbing a hand right off in the corner there. Someone's grabbing her. She's underwater. She's being rescued. That's a beautiful message to start out with. What other message do we have from this deck, Spirit, for our reading? And we have gift. And so this mermaid right here is gifting this girl a beautiful gift that she had made, or something that she holds very sacred to her, apparently. And this girl is receiving it. She's in a receptive mode, and she's very happy and glad and lovingly to receive that from this mermaid. So I love it how these two messages here with the rescue and the gift with the mermaid right next to the ocean, the sea there. I love the colors there in the background too, that yellow of enlightenment. And she's under the ground, and maybe you're feeling, some of you may be feeling like, that drowning effect of being overwhelmed, perhaps. Being overwhelmed with a situation, but yet you're receiving the help. Same thing with this little girl. She's receiving, and giving and receiving is also the same thing. This mermaid is very happy to gift her a very sacred object. So they're both receiving and both giving. And it's the same thing with here. And she knows she has help. We're always guided, always. We start out these readings and it's a tarot or if it's an oracle or both, that Spirit is always here and giving us guidance, and we all have that inner being. We all are source beings, and if we are in that receptive mode and not in that mode of feeling sorry for ourselves, so to speak, then you can receive. All you have to do is ask for help. Spirit, how do you see this? You ask, Spirit, how do you see this situation? And you wait for the answers, and that's why meditation's important too. It doesn't mean that you're not going to be in that mode, because we live in a realm of duality, so it's going to happen. There's nobody that's going to be up on that non-dual state. You wouldn't be in the body. So that's the part of expanding creation. Let's move on here and see what we have from the Sacred Geometry. We have the Activation, Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle. So what do we have here, Spirit? And thank you for these messages so far. What messages do we have, Spirit, for this reading? You know, they call it sacred geometry because creation's sacred. It's very simple. And everything is vibrational. You are, I am, everybody is, everything is a vibration. And mathematics and, you know, just like music and tones, it's a vibrational frequency. Like colors are a vibrational frequency. We were starting out saying with that yellow on the gift card there, just like the color of here too, it's blue in the background. So it's good to look at the colors. Now we have the color of yellow, which is the solar plexus chakra, number 3. The frequency of the solar plexus chakra, the yellow flower of life, supports our sense of self, our personal power, and our willpower, as well as our knowing of who we are and what our contribution is to the whole. And so as you can see here, the yellow here in the sun at right, and you get the girl's yellow dress, yellow orange with the mermaid. I immediately was drawn to that. And that's the power-centered color. Right. When you're feeling tight, maybe there sometimes, that you're not in your power. You don't feel in your power. There's no really much yellow into this, except the white is here, with the hands coming and reaching out to grab her. And so the white is purity. She's got her white dress on. She's in receptive mode. She's gone through enough where she's like felt like she was drowned, and at that point, that's when things start happening. And you just can't take it anymore. You know, I need help, and then there's always help there that comes around. So I love it how that sacred geometry, that's perfect. I'm not going to draw another card from this deck because that is such a potent card for this reading. Okay, so we're going to draw now and see what power animal the Archangel Power deck here. The power animal is going to come in for this reading. And thank you, Spirit. We are very much in the retrograde, Mercury retrograde energies, so it's one of those times to be really gentle on yourself. You know, and there's a lot of planets in retrograde right now, but they're coming out of it. It's coming out of the retrograde. And we're moving towards a new moon in Virgo. We're in Virgo season, and we're also moving towards the new moon in Virgo. So what do we have here, Spirit? We have Badger. Okay. Bring your life into balance. Archangels Mary and Tyndallphone. So that might be, for some of you, you know, that balance of, you know, because, I mean, she's sitting here and it's rescue, and she's taking it all. When you just can't take anymore and you've gotten to that point, you're going to ask for help. That's usually when things start changing. And then you come into balance. Okay? Usually that's when it starts taking place. Let's do another Archangel. This is the Diana Cooper Archangel Animal Oracle cards. What other whatever message do we have here, Spirit, for this reading? And you may be noticing things too in the cards, and maybe things are coming to while the cards are being shuffled by looking at the images. Badger has, of course, that has that glow of the solar plexus chakra energy. That's why it's called the power animal, power center. What other messages do we have here, Spirit, for this reading? Okay. So maybe some plans may have gotten canceled or rescheduled, or, you know, there might have been a bump and a slip and a bump, or miscommunication, or something that's happened. You know, moods are always good to keep in check during this time as we're gentle on ourselves. Mercury retrogrades are kind of like that. So what other messages? Do we have another message from this deck, Spirit? Is there another one? Okay. Bear. Use power with wisdom. Archangel Uriel and Jophiel. So if you look at this is beautiful. Bear is such a powerful power animal of the subconscious, right? And so use your power with wisdom as you're coming into balance, right? Thank you for these messages, Spirit. Now, let's draw the Oracle deck here. And this one is called the Divine Abundance Oracle card. So what do we have here, Spirit, from this deck for our Oracle reading today? Delusion. Intention without surrender could be a fast path to delusion. So intention without surrendering to the cosmos, when you set an intention, remember, we're not doing this alone. We're co-creating everything together with Spirit. So as you set your intention, you surrender and to allow creation in the larger part of yourself, and who you are outside of this realm, to set up the components and to deliver. You won't fall into that victimization of being in a delusion, and that falls in hand with this rescue card right here. Okay, so we're going to stick that right here. I'm going to draw another one from this deck here. Use power with wisdom. Accept the gift. Remember, when you're in receptive mode, anything could happen. Things that you asked for a long time ago, you set an intention for a long time ago, can show right up, because you're not, sitting trying to make things happen. You get off the subject and you get on with it. Appreciation, getting into a feel-good mode. Your thoughts matter because it creates your emotions, and you really are worthy of feeling good all the time. You don't need to sit into that negativity. Now we're creatures of that. We live in duality. Doesn't mean you're not going to. Like I said, if you did, then you wouldn't be in this realm anymore. But it certainly makes you go and go towards getting your finger off the hot stove. You put your finger on the hot stove, you don't just expect it to not hurt. And so that's the same thing with just settling for a less emotion. And our thoughts can do that when we're not paying attention to what we're thinking. Reframe. This is happening for me, not to me. And here's the gift again, with the gift card right here. We drew the second card there. It's happening for me, not to me. So whatever something's happening that you're not liking, perhaps, something that's not really, going over too well with you, things you never thought you didn't anticipate for that to happen, then you could think that something's gone wrong, or something's against you, or what did you do wrong? But it's not happening to you. A lot of things that are happening is happening for you. And then at the bottom of the deck we have flow. Allow me, divine, to move with the flow and respond with calmness and peace. And boy, is that a major card. I'm going to stick that right in the middle for this reading today. That's beautiful. Okay, so let's bring in a dragon. Let's see what we have. We might bring in one or two dragons, or how many want to come out. Spirit, thank you for these messages. What else do we have from this reading? The green dragon helps you tune into the secrets of nature. It's so beautiful. It's the tail's carrying the key right here. Receive answers and guidance from nature. Align with your divine essence. And here's another thing about receiving, okay? And I want to say that this Oracle deck is Dragon Oracle deck by, again, Diana Cooper. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to draw another dragon, see what we have. That has to do with secrets of nature. So why don't we tune into nature more? Well, they have this thing nowadays. There's a lot of spiritual techniques. They're coming to mainstream for you to be paid attention to. And earthing, sticking your feet on the ground barefoot. If you can do so, most people can. You figure they can. So just go into barefoot for like 5-10 minutes when you're feeling off, not really grounded. Air dragon, speaking of, helps you rise above earthly matters. Communicate honestly, brings inspiration and hope. See life from a higher perspective. And isn't that wonderful how we have the green dragon and we have the air dragon coming out? Helps you rise above the earthly matters that are happening again, and we're grounded, but we can also, as we ground, we can communicate honestly and bring inspiration to others, and then, inspire them to command their lives, knowing that as soon as they ask, creation's all over it, ready to deliver. That's why it's so important to be in that receptive mode, See your life from a higher perspective. Okay, so let us draw some of these cards here. What other messages do we have here, Spirit? Again, thank you for these messages. Denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. And isn't that special? Look at the color. Again, look at those colors that are showing up in this reading. This is beautiful. We have denial. Let's just push these up a little bit. We'll have a little bit more room. So, delusion, denial, reframing. Oh, this is so important. Flowing with it. We got our dolphin in here. Yeah, insight and awareness. That again, it always comes back to the fact that you're never alone, ever. So the more you calibrate that, the more you realize that it's true. What are the messages we have here, Spirit? The Light Oracle here. What do we have? Oh, we have the tenderness of the bear. We have the tenderness of the badger, bringing us into balance, and the bear with the wisdom. The calm. I breathe, live, and grow the light within me. I do one thing at a time and focus on the present moment. I cast off my doubts, all fear dissipates, and I find peace in my inner being. One of the wisest things that I've heard in recent times is there's nothing serious going on here. It's so easy to take things serious, especially when you really want things to happen. What you realize is that when it's not going your way, is that something better is coming, or it's not just supposed to happen that way, the way it was that you thought it was. Transformation. I am constantly evolving. I improve inwardly by working on my weaknesses and refining my strengths. Life ensures I'm presented with situations that will help me learn and grow. I'm aware of my progress and open my wings to the light. Isn't that beautiful? And it ties in hand with this beautiful card we initially drew of rescue. Constantly, everyone's going through something at all times. You're constantly moving through a transition all the time. Some of them are a little bit heavier than others. That's when you stop and you know that you're always working with Spirit. But the more you go through this, the more you start realizing that you're never alone. Spirit, what are the messages we have? You always have a choice. By staying conscious in your thoughts, you guide your journey in the direction of choice, you see. So that's what we're saying here. This is so important. That's what we're saying with choice. She's way up there. Let's bring it down here. What other messages do we have here, Spirit? From the star seeds. Creation. Being creative is a wonderful way of witnessing the unfolding of your limitless creative soul. Ooh. And so it's not just creating, music, art, dance, whatever you're doing, writing books or whatever you're doing. Creating is always creating. I mean, I was thinking about that today when I made my dinner before I did this reading, is that, I was creating a beautiful meal that I'd be enjoying tonight. So, small, large, it's all the same. And gratitude. We'd like to say appreciation and thankfulness. Universal love shines through the miracles of life all around you. You are a miracle. It's a beautiful thing to recognize that you are a miracle. Don't ever forget that. And I believe that was a message for the Piscean group that I did this week too. I do Piscean and Aquarius oracles, and as well as just the main general tarot for the week for everybody in the zodiac. But I believe that was the message, is that remember, you're a miracle, and it doesn't just go to our Pisces. It also goes to you. And again, thank you for tuning in here. Appreciate you. Thank you, Spirit, for these messages. What animal spirit, besides our badger, our bear, our air dragon, our green dragon, our dolphin, what other animal spirits want to come in for this reading today? What other messages do you have for us today, Spirit? Lion spirit. Ooh, and how fitting for this reading, too. Be generous of spirit. You see, we were talking about the very beginning about this gift here. When you're receiving, you're also giving. When you're asking, you're also receiving. So, and giving too. It's a tango that we're doing. So the lion spirit comes in as a general message for you to be strong. Okay. And be generous with yourself. Love, strength of love and compassion is the lion. That's the Leo, the lion. What other spirit animal wants to come in here, Spirit, for this reading? I'm going a little bit longer today for this, but that's okay. Oracle readings are generally shorter than tarot, but I'm slowing down. Flamingo spirit, embrace the in-between. Ooh, embrace the in-between, like the Hanging Man in the tarot deck, in between worlds, transition. Embrace the transition. Embrace the in-between. In between, what's going on with you, night and day. Embrace the in-between. Where sometimes there's a pause and you can receive information. So there we go here. We have Flamingo Spirit coming in here. And thank you, Spirit, for these messages. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to draw a door or two here, and then we'll draw an angel message for you, and then we'll finish up. So, Spirit, what door do we have? What door do we have to open? Door or two for this reading, Spirit? That in-between, embrace the in-between, too, is like sometimes, like with the rescue card there, and she's like already, dealt with enough, and now she's reaching out for help and grabbing that hand. That as well as the in-between. So embrace it. Freedom flows. Here's the door. And, oh, there's an eye up there. It looks like almost like an eye right up there. I like that. Don't hold yourself back from worldly freedom. Dream grand things for divine, sacred reason. Ooh, as we are co-creating this place, you're co-creating it all the time. Don't forget who you are, dear one. Don't forget who you are. Don't forget who you are. Freedom flows when you're flowing. Don't deny yourself and hold back. You can have and be and do anything you want. You have to just get out of your way and allow things to come your way. Dream grand things, divine, for divine, sacred reasons. You're here. You are a miracle. You are a creation from your inner being. You are a creation. That's what the human is. Here to expand creation and to embrace the world that is the world manifested. Before we came here, we did this and co-created it together. Here's another door. Looks like an archway. Kind of like the tarot card, the world card, as you can move into that archway. The one phase ends, another begins. 3 of Cups. A toast to friendship in the afternoon sun. 3 cups in happiness. 3 chairs are done. Celebration is near. So that's important there. Now, put the pieces where they go for you. Okay. And we're going to draw an angel card here. The Angels of Abundance. This is a really cool deck. I love this deck. It has such a good feel to it, too. They're large cards, kind of hard to shuffle, but this message has come out as Spirit is working through. So what do we have here, Spirit, for the messages for this Oracle deck? We have donations, tithering, and charitable work. Give joyfully to the organizations and people who spiritually support and inspire you, and know your generosity will be returned to you many-fold in miraculous ways. The time, supplies, money, and or other resources you donate will ensure that your positive energy multiplies. So even if you're not donating money or your time, maybe it's both, maybe it's one or the other. Maybe it's just calling one up and really talking to the receptionist and telling her she's doing a great job. When my doggy passed away in January, he left his body. He's still very present here. Hi, Bernie. Yes, he is. And so I donated everything that was left to the Humane Society, and I felt so good about that because I know other doggies will appreciate that, the ones that don't have families, and now they're benefiting from what Bernie left for them. So it was a donation in his name, too. But see, this is also, I want to say one last message here about this reading, is that we started off with the gift. The little girl was taking the gift from the mermaid as the mermaid was gifting her a very sacred object, but they're both very appreciative of each other. And so the donation and charitable work is very important at this time. This is the big message of this oracle reading is all about. And, with the lion that showed up here, be generous of spirit. So again, even if it's not giving of money or time, but you say a beautiful thing to somebody that's passing by you, someone at work, maybe a coworker, a family member, anybody, it's generous, just a remark, something that's beautiful to them, just it really uplifts, and that's what we're doing. As we're all here together, co-creating this beautiful place together. I really appreciate you coming in as we're flowing with the divine to move through the flow and respond with calmness and peace within our hearts. And I appreciate you so much for coming in here, and many blessings on your journey as we get back into the space again. Until next time. Thank you, Spirit, for these messages.